We take Instagram pretty seriously around here. Sorry, not sorry. What's up, socials? Welcome back to AmyTV. It's no secret that if you want to be social online and look like you're killing it, you have to have great photos, great videos. All your visuals need to be on point. This is something I really take seriously because I want you to feel like you not only enjoy the experience of hanging out with me online, but also just see the possibilities. Like, I genuinely feel that. It's so much more than just the written word. And so having a really great Instagram these days is super important because a lot of us are on the gram. It's our jam. I've gotten some questions recently about my particular process when it comes to Instagram, how I edit and upload and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you've been curious about that, today is your lucky day. I'm gonna show you my Instagram editing process. Specifically, I'm gonna walk you through a photo that I posted and the changes that I made to it so that I could not only make it look a little bit better than its original form, but make sure it is cohesive with the rest of my feed. Your Instagram profile really is this beautiful highlight reel of your life, so we gotta keep it tight. We gotta keep it tight. The tool that I'm gonna be showing you is Picmonkey.com. If you didn't already know, I'm an ambassador for the brand new Picmonkey that is rolling out currently, so I'm very excited to be working with them on that. This is already one of my go-to long-time editing tools, YouTube thumbnails, Instagram photos, pretty much anything for basically the million years I've been on the internet. So super grateful and big thank you to Picmonkey for sponsoring this episode of AmyTV. If you haven't heard already, the new Picmonkey is currently rolling out. It's in beta right now. I've been sharing secret invites with my audience through my Instagram account. If you've not already taken advantage of an invite to new Picmonkey, it is in beta. You've got to click on the link in my description in order to get access to it. If you do that in the next 48 hours from this video going live, Picmonkey is going to add on 3 free months. So you need to get in there. The beta link is in the description below, and you'll need to go to picmonkey.com, the website on desktop, to make sure you redeem that 3-month offer. All right, before we head over to the computer so you can see how I edit my grams, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I make new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and I'd love to have you back for the next one. So like I said, we're gonna be going over to the computer. We'll be using picmonkey.com today to walk through this process, but keep in mind that Picmonkey is available to you both on mobile app and on desktop, so you kind of have a couple of different options here. Super important to always have a resource on the go so you can edit when you get that super amazing photo when you're on vacation or whatever and you gotta post it. You gotta post it now. We gotta post it now. You're gonna want an app for that, but I actually do like to use desktop when I have the opportunity as well. So that's why we're gonna do that today. Oh, I love tutorials so much. Let's head over to the computer so I can show you how I edited one of my recent Instagram posts. All right, we are all loaded up with a photo in the new Picmonkey. As you can see up at the top, still in beta right now, but it is so awesome and I cannot wait to show you how I use it. So I love this photo for Instagram. It's just not quite what it needs to be for my feed. So I need to make a few changes here. The first thing I try to get a feel for is I like to just scale it down. You know, sometimes looking at the whole picture can be a whole lot to look at. And I just want to think, okay, well, if this was on my teeny tiny little phone, you know, what colors really start to pop out at me? And this is a little bit of a yellow kind of setting. And that's because, you know, you have a brown table, you've got a yellow sandwich, and my skin tone is a little bit darker. So thank you, makeup, for doing that for me. So anyway, so I don't want it to be too yellow, so I'm going to make a couple of changes to that. But you really just kind of get the lay of the land here for, okay, how does this photo look overall, and what do we want to do to it? We want to tone down the warmness just a little bit, and we have some things on the table that are making the photo look kind of crummy, and there's some other things that we can brighten up. So that's where my head is for this one. This isn't a totally typical photo for my feed. It's actually a little bit dark for my feed, but I kind of like being able to change it up a little bit, and so I think we need to just make a couple of adjustments to make it fit in. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get rid of this crap on the table. So as you can see, we have a phone, we have like a wrapper over here, and we have a little straw, all this kind of crap. I can't crop this. Otherwise, I will crop my little hand out, and I don't really want to do that. I kind of like the juxtaposition here. So we're going to have to cover that stuff up get it out of there, pretend like it never even happened. And so we're going to go right into advanced and use the clone tool. So this takes a little bit of playing around. I don't know if I have it just right yet, but this was actually, I don't think this is going to be too difficult because there's not a whole lot of stuff sitting on the table. I try to adjust the size based on how much space I'm trying to kind of cover up. And this is a little bit of trial and error. Just set your source and come over here and just sort of play with it. So let's say we want this, part of the table over here. Well, probably not because it's a little bit too light, but you can see how it copies over. So we're going to back out of that and just make it a little bit bigger and just see how much we can get done at one time. We don't want it that big because that's too much of the table. And let's just do this. We'll cut that and move it over here. And we just keep going. And you can start to see like the lines of the table aren't really perfect yet. And I haven't really perfected this strategy, but it's really not too bad if you can just try to follow the lines a little bit. To the naked eye, you're not going to pick up a lot of these things. This is not expert editing. This is just sort of, okay, I gotta fix this so that it's not like this random crap sitting on my table. As you can see, it's already a lot better. It's not perfect, but I'm okay with it for how it is right now. We can come back and perfect it even more, but let's leave it like that. The next thing that's bothering me is the slanting of the table. So we need to straighten this out a little bit. So with the rotate feature, which way do I want to go? I want to go this way. And you can see where the lines are going to match up with the table. We want to try to make that a straight line. I don't mind cutting off the sandwich board a little bit. That's no big deal. Actually, we changed that quite a bit. That might be too much. Let's go back here. That's not bad. Okay, cool. So now it's a little bit straighter. My head's cut off a little bit, but I don't mind that. You know, it sort of looks like you're sitting there at breakfast with me, and I think it looks good. So we're going to apply that. So the next thing I want to do is I don't really want to brighten the photo, but I do want to, in some ways, brighten the table. So this is sort of my super weird trick. I like to go into the touch-up section, which I guess is for your face, but I use a lot of these things for not the face. So we're going to go into teeth whiten. And this is always what I do. I do this on every mobile app. I do this on Picmonkey. I just like using the teeth whitening tool for things other than teeth, like anything that needs whitened. So this is a brown table. We're going to use teeth whitener. It's not going to be perfect, but it's definitely going to tone down the yellowness of this table. It obviously can't make it white. I mean, I guess it could. Actually, that might be a little bit too harsh, but let's kind of see how it goes. We're just going to paint this table a different color because I know it's a nice wood table, but I don't want a nice wood table in my photos. I want something a little bit rosier. If you look at the feed on my Instagram account, it's instagram.com/schmittastic. Just search for me at Schmittastic. You'll notice that I tend to go a little bit pinker with my photos. And so this just happens to be a good balance of that. It might seem a little weird when you're looking at like, okay, this table is like pink, you know, and it's obviously not a naturally pink table. But to the feed, it looks pretty matchy with the rest of what's going on, which is what I'm really going for. I'm going to get this little section here. And the other thing you could do is sort of like spot brighten places, but I don't think I'm going to do that here. I think I'm just going to stick with the flattening of that yellow color, and I'm happy. So I even look a little bit tanner, you know, just like a little bit deeper in skin tone because I did that. And I think if we want to be perfectionists, we want to scoot over here. And I really wish my coat wasn't on that chair, but that's just not worth editing. We'll just get that color of that chair. And we'll apply that. Zoom out. Oh my God, remember how there was stuff on the table? I'm still like, we could fix that. We could perfect it because you can see like the shadow here is not perfect, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I just don't. I think, you know, Instagram, like I want it to be a certain way, but I don't need it to be like the most perfect thing ever. It's not going in a print magazine, you know? The other really kind of funny trick I like to use Picmonkey for in the touch-up area is the eye brighten. So eye brighten does exactly what it says it does. It's so crazy how it will brighten your eyes, but that means it brightens other things too. So if you wanted to like make your jewelry pop a little bit, you could use eye brighten on that. Oops, that's too much. Undo. I think we need to make that way smaller if we're going to brighten that earring. But, you know, I usually only do this if I have like a pretty watch on or something. Like, I'm not going to brighten that earring in this. It actually did brighten up a little bit, but it's not really worth it in this photo. So I'm going to start over on this and only brighten one beautiful thing. And that is my egg sandwich. And oh, look at that. Do you see what is happening? Suddenly, like, that sandwich went from, okay, yeah, that looks good, to like, okay, I can see every single detail of that sandwich. It's almost like jarring, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's what I'm going to use eye brighten for. Obviously, you can't see my eyes, so it's not even worth using eye brighten on my eyes. But I don't use it very often because it can be a little bit too much. The other thing I want to do now is I want to pare down the colors in the background. There's people's faces, there are some exit signs and things like that, and we really don't want that much stuff competing with the foreground of the photo. We need to just tone it down. We don't need to erase them. We just need to tone them down. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit here. And to do this, we're going to go into colors. And here's where you can change the overall situation. Like if you wanted to desaturate the entire photo, that's how you would do that here. But I don't want to do that. I only want to do parts of the photo. So I'm going to go up here to this brush tool. And let me just actually zoom out a tiny bit. And I'm just going to go over some places that I don't, and you're not going to see any changes right now. And I'm going over kind of sloppy. We'll just see how it turns out. I'm just going over the colors in the background. Blonde hair, skin tone, and there's a little bit of yellow over here. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to, because it knows I'm using that paint tool, I'm going to pull back on saturation. If you go super dark, see how everyone turned black and white? Whoa, right? Like that's so crazy. But I don't think I want that. See, oh yeah, we got to get precise in here. Don't worry, I'm going to go back and fix it because I think this looks insane. But I do want to get some of the, I just want to pare back all colors. So I can't be too selective. And it looks like I pretty much have to sweep the entire photo behind me. These feet, you got to go. Oop, we got the table. Got to hit undo on that one. Maybe we need to tone it down on the size. Okay, good. Now I don't want negative 100%. I probably only want about 50 or so %. And so you can still see colors in the background. You can still see a red exit sign. Like that's normal, but I pop off of the background way more than I did before. So that is exactly what I want. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do, the very last thing I'm going to do is just give this photo just a little bit more personality, and I'm going to use a filter. But I'm going to really be cautious of how much of a filter I'm going to use. So let's pop over to effects. There's a lot of different crazy things in here. Moonlight, helium, I mean, take your pick. But the one that I like is a little bit pink, and it changes a lot, but I'm going to use just a little bit of it. So that's way too pink. I like the tone of it, but it's way too pink. And so we are going to increase the fade. You can see 100% we have our normal photo back. We probably only want to get to like, again, maybe 50, maybe 60%. And so I'm just going to like look at that small and make sure I like it. Yeah, I totally like it. Okay, cool. So that's our photo. That's pretty much good to go. I like that for my Instagram feed. I think it's going to fit really, really well. Let's look at what it looks like on the feed. All right, here's my Instagram account. As you can see, lots of kind of pink and flat colors, but that photo fits in there pretty nicely. And you saw how I edited it all in Picmonkey. So Oh my gosh, can you believe how many options there are in here? It's insane. You've got to check it out. That's how I edit my photos with Picmonkey for Instagram. I would love to hear what you prefer to do to your photos to make them look good on your Instagram account, or how you prefer them to look in the feed. Share that in the comments below. I'm always looking for new pointers, and we can all help each other get a little bit more visually compelling on the gram. Don't forget to sign up for new Picmonkey. That link is in the description below, and that 3-month offer is available to you at picmonkey.com. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes, and remember to continue to go after the life that you want. Cheers.